Hey, hello. How you doing? Oh, let me put that down, that's good. Alright, so, good to see you actually, because guess what I got with me finally, after a long time waiting and quite a odyssey of events. I have my English Billhook, and it's a beast. Check that thing out, isn't that quite spectacular? Right, there we go, yeah, look at that thing, whoa, bit of a chopper. So, why have I got this? I've got my sidearm right here. I've got my little up close and deadly stabby thing here. But what I don't have is something to keep you from me away from the battlefield. And of course, being a rather poor and lowly knight, or soldier, I'm not a knight, I'm a soldier, being a fairly lowly chap on the battlefield, I don't have a horse. And all the rich snobs do, and being an envious kind of guy, and also wanting to stay alive, I need to keep those horse riders as far away from me as humanly possible, whilst also being fairly deadly towards them. So, let's have a look. I'm all the way over here, there's that chap right there. That's quite a distance, isn't it? And with this lovely hook here, the old spike there, it's a bit of a slasher too. I can, of course, just slide it forwards like that, and it's going to be doing the job. But I mean, I've got like left and right and forward and back as well. So pretty cool. It's a square shaft I put on, and I'll tell you all about that in a bit more detail in a moment. But I did manage to put on one side and one side only, I suppose you can see that right there hopefully, studs. Alright, now I put them up and down the shaft, but only on the, I suppose, what would you call it, the fret side. Why? Because I can slide it up and down, but I also got a bit of grip when I need it, and then on top of that, it tells me which side's got the choppy bit on it, right? So if it's smooth up here, I've got it in the right place. So in the heat battle, all I have to do is find those little knobbly bits, and I know that it's not like this, unless I want it to be like that, of course, and I can slide it, but again, got that grip. So, back to the English Billhook, agricultural implement. Loads of people online talking about this, so I'm not going to bore you with English people going out into the hedgerows and doing farm stuff and then being called up to war. I think most of you, if you're watching this, already know about that anyway. So I'm going to tell you about how I acquired this strap, and I've got to be careful. This is a blunt edge, but pretty much everything else is as sharp as you like, because I know I've cut myself on this already fairly deeply right there, and spouted a right old claret gusher all over the place. Healing up nicely, thank you for asking. So, being genuinely not super well off, I went down the bargain route. There's tons of sort of pole arms available. I would love a white well one day. He's a guy who does these sort of lovely warhammers and glaives and stuff, all intricately carved. They look gorgeous. But at a mere fraction of the cost, you can get this bill head for about $100, $99, or what's been advertised all over the internet, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, is the head and an ash staff. So I swear Cold Steel used to sell both, right? Because you can find these adverts all over the place from people on forums talking about the quality of the ash stave. And I suspect because of all the bad reviews, Cold Steel are no longer making them. So here we go. This is how I put two and two together. For a little bit extra, right, you've always been able to purchase a pole to go with the head of several of their pole arms, and they make it and they ship both of them out to you separately. I know this again because of all the forums say that you get two different deliveries. Two deliveries means two tracking orders that they send out, and they fit together. It's a round pole, it's tapered, it goes in. The original head didn't have any holes drilled in it. Now this does, so this also tells me this is a new batch that they've just recently redone, because a lot of the complaints were that you had to drill your own holes in. Now this came with holes drilled, so this must be an update, but there was no pole. And I called up Optics Planet, this online company that sells guns and ammo and knives and a lot of cold steel products, and they said, well, it would have all arrived together. Our computer says it's one delivery, and I know that's a load of nonsense because everyone else who's ever bought one of these gets 2 deliveries. Plus, the stave is over 5 feet long, right? Not to say that this isn't long as in itself, but that's just from my elbow to the tip of my fingers. So there was no way that it really arrived with the first delivery or got lost or anything like that. They simply never had it to ship, and I know they never had it to ship because they said on 2 occasions, sorry, we can't help, we don't keep anything in the storeroom. It was out of stock when you ordered it, so we got it from Cold Steel, shipped it to you. Hang on. If that's the case, let's get on the blower to Cold Steel, all right? They sent me out a small little replacement handle. It was a joke, but you know, at least they tried. But according to Cold Steel, they don't make the handle anymore. So they can't have shipped it to Optics Planet. So Optics Planet could never have sent it to me, but that means they should never have sold it to me. Do you follow me, right? That it's not something that's being made anymore, ergo, stop effing advertising it and taking customers' money online. So the worst part of Optics Planet was, call them up, all right, we'll get someone to give you a call back. Never happened. But they sent me an email, all right, and they said, well, we recommend that you call Cold Steel, the manufacturers. And I'm like, well, I'm paying you for a service and a product, and when it all goes tits up, then you tell me to do your job, right? Surely that's what customer support is, or me paying you money for a product, is that you send me what I paid for. You don't tell me to go to the manufacturer and say, hey buddy, it's your job to go get what we didn't send you. So anyway, that's how I know. I spoke to Cold Steel, an awesome company, really nice. Everyone I spoke to there was really good. Like I say, they tried to send me a small handle, but anyway, it turns out they don't make this handle. So I went to Lowe's, and this is a redwood, something and a quarter, I don't know. Anyway, square enough. But now Cold Steel, and again, I like Cold Steel, but Cold Steel is saying, without a stave, for your convenience, just go to your local hardware store. It's not convenient because you've got to carve the darn thing, right? And to be honest, you know, a good pole would be oak or something. And that's like $60. So I'm out like the $30–40 premium for the handle that they never sent me. Plus I'm out the cost of buying this. This wasn't wildly expensive, like $16. That's not bad, is it? But still, the principle of the thing is that all of this money keeps adding up, and I pay for something that Optics Planet still hasn't sent me. Love the Billhook, by the way. Weird that it's black, but you can take that off if you don't like it. The length, well, that's down to you, because now you, the customer, have to go out and get your own handle and all of that. But look at the length of that. Keeps those equestrians away, doesn't it? You know, those old knights on horseback. So, yeah, cool. As a sort of polearm. You and your mates all together, you're like the hardest hedgehog in town, aren't you? You know, bunch of you all bristling with these long things. You're pretty untouchable, I would have thought. So, all right, well, that's that. Try not to lop anyone's head off by accident, or. But next time I see you on the battlefield, I'll be like at least this far away from you. Okay? Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe, everybody. Laters. Bye-bye.